The Raw after Mania took place in the exact same location as WrestleMania, as Monday Night Raw took place in Performance Center for the fourth consecutive week. Of course, it's coming off WrestleMania, which took place last night, and we got a bit of a surprise of what happened post WrestleMania that did not air on WrestleMania. So you have Drew McIntyre. His first title defense is against the Big Show. It's tough to explain. We'll get to it later as I just review the whole show. So let's review Raw now. We start the show off with a recap of Brock and Drew from the night before. You pretty much show the entire match. And we start off, when we get there, Tom Phillips welcomes us to the show. I think he's with Byron Saxon on commentary. Street Profits are going to defend their tails later tonight. The first match is Asuka taking on Liv Morgan. Asuka comes out first, and Liv Morgan comes out. And there was some drama on Twitter last night about with Liv Morgan and Killer Kross. If you don't know who Killer Kross was, he was in Impact. Now he was signed to WWE. He's in NXT. We're waiting to see him debut. And he's going to debut with his girlfriend, who is a female wrestler herself, Scarlett Bordeaux. If you don't know who Scarlett is, type in Smoke Show Scarlett on YouTube or something, and you'll see her. She is a smoke show. She's gorgeous. She's a hot blonde, and with Scarlett, what was happening was when she was signed to the WWE, Liv Morgan suspiciously started taking her gimmick. I think Liv Morgan was certainly inspired by Scarlett, and she started dressing up like Scarlett Bordeaux. She's also a hot blonde, like Scarlett is, and Killer Kross and Scarlett, I'm sure, are angry that Liv is taking Scarlett's gimmick, which she absolutely did. And she's basically just, using it for herself, and she's not any good. I mean, Scarlett, I think, has more potential than Liv. And once Liv took it, Killer Kross was asked a question on Twitter. He made an off-color comment about it. He didn't really say anything, but I said, why is that? And then Nia Jax comes in and tells him to shut up, basically. And I'm thinking to myself, shut up, Nia. You're awful. You injured half the women in the fucking company. You're fucking awful. And she comes back, unfortunately, tonight. So Nia's back. Anyway, Asuka against Liv Morgan. I want to recap that. By the way, I'm on the side of Killer Kross and Scarlett Bordeaux. Asuka beats Liv Morgan, so maybe Liv Morgan can go back to her stupid blue tongue or whatever, that Harley Quinn gimmick that she took from Alexa Bliss. So she's very original, Liv Morgan. She took Harley Quinn, Alexa Bliss had that, and she takes Scarlett Bordeaux's smoke show gimmick. So Asuka with the win. Not much of a match. Asuka won. Good job. I was afraid they might give Liv the win after they had her beat Natalya on WrestleMania, but Natalya means nothing, so it doesn't mean much. They give it to her. They go backstage. Becky Lynch is interviewed after she beat Shayna Baszler, and she's interviewed by Charlie Caruso. And then they go to Shayna Baszler, and she's not interviewed. She just keeps saying the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat over and over again. And she says Becky Lynch will feel the agony of her defeat. So basically, this feud's not done. The Street Profits faced Austin Theory and Angel Garza. This ends with a DQ after Zelina Vega gets involved. She's wearing her wrestling gear, so you know she's wrestling. It's pretty obvious. Bianca Belair comes out, and she's with the Street Profits. It turns into a six-woman tag. And it turns into a match with Bianca Belair against Zelina Vega first, and Zelina doesn't want to wrestle. And it turns into another DQ, and after just the Profits Angel Garza and Austin Theory get involved, finally we get a six-person intergender tag match. You have Bianca Belair, her husband Montez Ford, and his tag team partner Angelo Dawkins, and the champions, Street Profits, taking on Angel Garza, Austin Theory, and yes, Zelina Vega is wrestling. She wrestles Bianca, and this is Bianca's first feud. Bianca defeats Zelina after she hits the KOD. 1, 2, 3, pins Vega. And I guess this is the first decent feud for Bianca Belair. I'm a bit disappointed we don't get to see Bianca feud with Charlotte in NXT. I think they could have had a great feud. I mean, Charlotte beat her already. Well, obviously, of course she did. But I think they would have had a really great feud if they let them go out there and really tear the house down. I would have a long story of a feud. I think they could have done really long. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen. They recap Aleister Black beating Bobby Lashley. Aleister Black beats Apollo Crews in one of the longest matches in a while on Raw. 27 minutes. It went on forever. It went on for an eternity. They had to kill time, so it just went on, but Black won. They aired a video package of Edge beating Randy Orton, one of the most boring matches in WrestleMania history. And I also want to mention, I didn't notice the Chris Benoit reference, basically, when they did the hanging thing. Randy Orton hangs Edge with the weights, or with like a rope in the gym. It wasn't how Benoit committed suicide by hanging himself with a lap machine, a cord he tied around his neck and hung himself. That's not what happened. It was basically just, he took a cord and grabbed Edge and threw him over it. That's not exactly how Benoit killed himself, but it was very similar to. It gave you vibes of how Benoit died, and especially because the Dark Side of the Ring documentary just aired. So, that whoever didn't edit that out, it's an idiot. Then Ricochet and Cedric Alexander against Danny Burch and Only Lorcan. Who cares? Poor Ricochet. He has nothing. I feel bad for the guy. They recap Kevin Owens. Beating Seth Rollins. Owens cuts a promo on Rollins. He rips into him, and he says he finally got his WrestleMania moment. Well, I mean, he did get one. He beat Chris Jericho at WrestleMania 33. It's a bigger moment in front of, it was a big 70,000 people, so I guess in front of no one being Seth Rollins, in an empty arena, I guess is a bigger moment than beating Chris Jericho in front of 70,000 people. But Vince McMahon hated that match, so maybe, I don't know. And he says this is now the Kevin Owens show. Seth Rollins is mad. He beats down Denzel DeJoriente. Then you have Nia Jax make her grand return. Everyone can't wait for her to be back. She faces Deonna Purrazzo. I guess Deanna's just a jobber. I didn't really know much about her in NXT, if she was there even, but she's just a jobber. Nia crushes her, kills her. This is basically when Nia Jax first debuted in 2016. They're having her just kill bitches, just bring in some random ass chicks that are local and have her just absolutely kill them. They'd have her and Braun Strowman. It was the same gimmick. Braun would kill younger guys, local guys, and I would kill younger women, just local chicks who would wrestle, and they'd have to get killed. But Nia gets the win. They air a video recap of AJ Styles against The Undertaker in the Boneyard match. They showed the whole thing, the whole Boneyard match. They had to edit out the Metallica stuff, which kind of sucked. So that was unfortunate, but still, it was a great match. I love that. Alberto Carrillo beats Brandon Vink. Who cares? Okay, so next we go to Charlotte Flair. She's doing an interview after she beats Rhea Ripley. She didn't want Charlie Crusoe's congratulations. She learned from her father that the suit doesn't make the man makes a suit, and the championship doesn't make the man or woman, the person makes a championship. Charlotte won the Raw title, SmackDown title, the NXT title, even retired the Divas title. Thank you, Charlotte. She said Ripley was all right, but she bowed to the Queen like everyone else. We'll see if this feud continues. I think it probably will. There's another recap of McIntyre beating Lesnar. We go to the main event segment, and they go back from last night's show, so this is about 20 minutes after the show. Drew McIntyre is interviewed by Sarah Scraper, who we did not see Sarah at WrestleMania, but I remember she posted a video, or she posted a post on Instagram with her in this nice red dress, and I think, wait, where's Sarah? I see Kayla all day, I see Charlie, where's Sarah? But Sarah did do something with Drew McIntyre after the show. She was interviewing him. Says the moment hadn't sunk in yet. He hasn't even talked to his friends and family. He's able to get his logo plates changed. He says he thinks Paul Heyman, McIntyre was ready physically. He knew Lesnar was ready to go to war. McIntyre heard Lesnar telling him to keep doing the F5, and he wouldn't get up. He's doing an emotional interview. It's actually really good. The Big Show's music hit, and he enters with the referee. He puts over his win. He says McIntyre was a big man, but it was no giant. Oh my God, the Big Show. McIntyre knew where this was going. Show said he didn't, Show said he wasn't going to challenge him for the belt right now or at Money in the Bank, but he didn't know that they were both in the gear and they had a referee. McIntyre said he was in his gear and he just beat Lesnar. He wasn't interested in fighting right now. Show accused him of being afraid. McIntyre wasn't afraid. Show slapped him. McIntyre's pissed. He removes the belt. Ref calls for the belt, and we have a match. WrestleMania 36 post-show match. I think this is the first post-show match in WrestleMania history. Drew McIntyre is going to wrestle the Big Show. So Big Show technically headlines WrestleMania, if you count it. This is a 5-minute match. McIntyre gets his ass kicked by the Big Show, so Big Show gets more offense on McIntyre than Brock Lesnar did. Show was kicking his ass, and finally McIntyre ducks the right hand, hits the Claymore kick. 1, 2, 3. McIntyre retains. He held up the belt, and the show goes off the air. So that was it. I want to mention some documentaries I will be reviewing. WWE 24 Edge. I can't wait to watch that. I've been putting it off. I didn't have a chance to watch it yesterday. I will watch it today and review it. Also, I will I did watch the Undertaker documentary. I did the sneak preview. It was really, really good. Can't wait for the full Undertaker, the Last Ride documentary to air. And I will review the next Dark Side of the Ring, which is on the Brawl for All. So that's it. That's the Raw after Mania. It is what it is. The circumstances continue to be the same. Hopefully things get better.